Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video, and this is the final one of the Shaman series where I am testing out Enhancement Totemic. And gotta say, pretty nervous about this one. So, immediate complaint, it adds another ability to an already ability-heavy button overloaded spec in, obviously, Surging Totem, because at least with Resto and Surging Totem, it replaces Healing Rain, right? So you don't gain an ability. Whereas in this, you actually gain an ability. It's just extra stuff. I mean, Chamois already have way too much. Everything online says this is just not viable at all and you should play Stormbringer for everything, so I'm not expecting loads. It seems to be, very simple in terms of what it is. You put the totem down in the large group of things and do your rotation. There is no kind of big Tempest moment where everything's going to come together and look really cool or do lots of damage. It's just going to be consistent. So as long as I can keep that Surgeon Totem on the packs of mobs, we should be fine. I realised at the end of the last video, I wasn't really using Fire Nova in that dungeon, and we still did absurd amounts of damage. Something I'm going to try to use in this because it actually has an interaction with reactivity. So this is the talent tree I've kind of got. We are running Doom Winds this time. I'm not a massive fan, but it seems to have good interactions with Imbuement Mastery, which we don't even have at the moment, which is great. But yeah, I mean, generally, we're running deeply rooted elements as well, so we haven't got the on-demand of Ascendance, but again, we don't have the extra button, which kind of helps. And we're not locked into a 3-minute cooldown either, so, generally, I think this is kind of what you would play. I do like Doom Winds every now and again, because you just press it and then you and hit 72 times. And yeah, we were getting into a dungeon, so I'm going to pause it until we get into the dungeon. So, we managed to get into a dungeon. It's probably the worst possible dungeon we could get to test something that needs people to stand still. But we're in. We're here. Let's find my buff. Because it's not even on my bars. So, the last time I played Enhancement was Dragonflight. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little bit tough just because I don't really know where the tank's going to stop with things. Like, all of this time, I can't have my hero talent down because where would I put it, right? Like, I could put it here and then I'm going to Totemic Protection it once. But that's me then. I'm after that, I'm kind of done. So I'm going to put it there, hope that everything's in it. We're going to Doom Winds, Crash Lightning, and hopefully do massive Mahusive damage. Did we? Did we? I don't know. I really don't know. Feels like we did okay, actually. Ascendance procs now, of course it does. I do like proc Ascendance. Like, it just feels nice every now and again to just be like... Yeah, it's very late and I'm super tired and should be in bed, but instead I'm recording videos because I've got nothing. So we're going to Totemic Protection it now. Spread the Flame Shock over, Fire Nova, and I mean, so this feels very similar to Dragon. I did Bloodlust. Oh, never mind. But it feels very similar to kind of Dragonflight, where you're basically playing that exact spec. You just have an annoying totem you have to keep an eye on. Which that's exactly what it is. It's just an annoying totem that nobody wants. If it was something that was like a part of me, so what I mean by that is like, this is a bad sign. I'm going to leave that in. I'm going to stand by it. If it was something where, I was the totem's on my back or something, right? And I got to play it like that and interact with it like that. Sure. Super cool. And I think doing that would make it actually a really, really fun spec. But instead you've got this weird thing where you're like maintaining this horrible buff that no one liked. I don't know. really, I've looked at this for both specs now, and I really just can't get behind it. So, you know, I didn't get to see it on that boss there because somebody died. Let's get to the next boss, and we will try it again and hope for better results. So we're going to put it on current segment, right? He's going to do a big pull here, I imagine, if he's anything like every other tank in the world right now. Put my totem down. You know, we are pumping. Put a little sunder in. And I've re-put my totem, like, but he's already out of it. Obviously, normals is probably not the best place to try this, and I'm going to try and be, like, fair as if, you know, this was going to be in a, like, heroic or M0s or something. Maybe it would be better. I still think it sucks, like... Oh, okay, everything's been pulled in. Everything's pulled in. This is my chance to do the biggest of damages. So... Flame Shot, can you get Chain Lightnings out there? We feel like we're pumping. We're doing as much of a pumping as we can be doing right now. Again, re-putting my totem down. Let's kick stuff. I'm going to actually kick mobs just so they move inside the totem. And don't get me wrong, the totem is doing a lot of damage. But if I was Stormbringer, I would be doing double everyone else's damage. And I think that's just a tuning issue. Now, however... Even with tuning, am I going to want to play Totemic? No. It's just not fun. It's just not fun having an extra ability. And that's my opinion. And if anyone else, like, either super agrees with me, super disagrees with me, please let me know. Like, I genuinely am curious. But for me, it just feels annoying. Link it into another totem. Link it into an ability. Link it into Crash Lightning. Like... You could link it into 100 different things and it would still be cool and do everything you want it to do without being broken, I think. Having this weird thing that you have to move. Like, I really like the idea of it being attached to me. So, like, there is a totem on me. I'm pulsing its effects. That would work for both for Enhance and for Resto. You know, Resto, just a pulsing AoE healing rain would be awesome. That's so fun and cool, right? Like, that would be fun. But yeah, I think the way it currently is just not it for me. And as a whole, I would never play this. If this was it was so strong that you just had to play it, I would play another class, I think is my verdict. So overall, Stormbringer feels amazing for both specs. Kind of expected that, though. You know, they've took away... They sort of simplified the class with it, right? They sort of went, you know, let's go purely down to the, like, Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning builds, where, you know, I say this really respectfully, and I say this as someone who mains a Shaman in the classic kind of games. I play Shaman because it's really, really easy, and you can do some cool stuff with it, but generally it's really easy with a lot of utility. Stormbringer kind of feels that back, where it's just like, you know, as Ellie, I could just spam Chain Lightnings and cast Earthquakes, and I still have a lot of utility, right? That whole thing is just fun. Farseer is strange. In that, for Ellie, it felt good. For Resto, it felt bad. I just think it procs on the wrong thing for Resto. I think it would have a lot more relevance in harder content and or in raids. In Ellie, I just think it's good. I think you could play either and either be strong single target, strong AoE, and both of them do the other one okay. And then Totemic, I hate it as enhancement with a passion. I just think it's not fun at all. And as Resto, I actually prefer it, believe it or not. I still think it could be better. And there are things that can be done that would improve the gameplay of it. But generally, I like it more than Farseer currently. I don't know that that's opinion's going to last very long as soon as I get into, like, heroics or harder content. Although on this boss, we're kind of slapping. So let's get another Surging Totem down. And Boom. So we kind of hit hard on the last boss, sort of, maybe. Did we? No. We got kind of pipped to the post at the end. Yeah, just not for me, unfortunately. So that's all of the Shaman videos. I'm so curious to hear your thoughts and opinions on all of these. Let me know in the video, in the comments below, not the video below. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching if you got this far in the video, and peace.